Well, the Oscars are this weekend, and wow, I'm sorry, I'm remarkably underdressed. Hold on. Much better. What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel, and in honor of the 90th Academy Awards coming this Sunday, I thought I'd come to you and give you my predictions for this year's Oscars. I've watched the Oscars like every year that I can remember, and look, I know some people were saying that, like, hey, the Oscars are meaningless, why do you care? Well, look, I'm a big film fan, I like seeing things like this, and I like seeing the best films of the year get nominated and get honored with awards that they rightfully deserve. For the most part. I fill out my own Oscar ballot every year during the ceremony, and I thought, you know what, I'm on YouTube now. Let's do it for this platform. So yeah, I'm going to go over the people I think are going to win big at the Academy Awards this Sunday. I'm going to go over who I think will win, who I think should win, and who I think could win. I'm also not going to go over every single category because I know, look, the average person does not care about sound editing. I care about sound editing, but I'm not the average person. Out of the 20-something awards the Academy gives out, I'm going to go over the 10 that I deem are, well, the most important and the ones people actually care about. So that would be Best Original Song, Best Animated Feature, both Screenplay Awards, both adapted and original, all the acting awards, so lead actor, supporting actor, and supporting actress, Best Director, and of course, Best Picture. Alright, so starting off with Best Original Song, the nominees are Mighty River from Mudbound, Mystery of Love from Call Me By Your Name, Remember Me from Coco, Stand Up for Something from Marshall, and This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. I think it's a two-horse race here. I think there are two songs that it can go either way between those two, but my pick, I'm going with Remember Me from Coco. I think the Academy is going to want to reward that because not only in addition to being the best anime movie of the year, it's one of the best planned movies of the year. And plus, when Pixar strikes, they strike. So I think Remember Me will win, and I think it honestly should win. Although, don't sleep on This Is Me from The Greatest Showman. It's Pasek and Paul, who did win last year for La La Land, and it's The Greatest Showman, which is a monster hit. So the Academy may want to reward that with something, but I'm still betting on Remember Me from Coco. Speaking of which, our next category is Best Animated Feature. The nominees are The Boss Baby. No, seriously. The Breadwinner. Coco. Ferdinand. Again, seriously. And Loving Vincent. I mean, honestly, I don't even know why we bothered nominating other movies. I mean, it's gonna be Coco. Nothing here even comes close. It's Pixar, which is the studio that has the most wins in this category. Not to mention Coco, just an all-out phenomenal movie. So yeah, I think Coco will win, and I think it should win. I think it's got it in the bag, but if there's someone that will pull off an upset, I think it's gonna be The Breadwinner. Which is also a beautiful film, and might be rewarded for its, portrayal of Muslim culture, but I don't see it unseating Coco. Alright, moving on to screenplays. First of all, we're doing adapted. The nominees are Call Me By Your Name, The Disaster Artist, Logan, Molly's Game, and Mudbound. 5 solid movies with 5 solid scripts, and as much as I would love to see Logan or The Disaster Artist take this, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Call Me By Your Name, and I can't honestly say it's undeserved. I think Call Me By Your Name will win. Personally, I don't know if it should. I think there's other things that shine more in the movie other than the script. But if it wins, I'm not going to be upset about it. But if I had to pick an upset, I would go either Mudbound or Logan. Probably Mudbound. Moving on to Best Original Screenplay. This, I think, is the most stacked category this year. The nominees are The Big Sick, Get Out, Lady Bird, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Man, those were like 5 of my favorite movies last year. And man, this is hard to pick. But honestly, I think it's going to be Get Out. I mean, think about it. Get Out came out before even the ceremony last year, and it's had this much staying power. It's an incredible film from the first-time writer and director who was known for comedy. And plus, it's like a really niche horror genre film, which those never get honored by the Academy. But because it was so incredibly put together, and it has so much buzz, and it was one of the best movies of last year, critically, financially, and audience-wise, I think the Academy's going to honor it somehow. I think this is going to be it. So, yeah, I think Get Out will win, and I honestly think it should win also. But honestly, any of these deserve to win. If I had to pick someone who could possibly win it instead, I would bet on Lady Bird. And we're on to the acting awards. First of all, Best Actress in a Supporting Role. The nominees are Mary J. Blige, Mudbound, Allison Janney, I, Tonya, Leslie Manville, Phantom Thread, Laurie Metcalf for Lady Bird, and Octavia Spencer, The Shape of Water. Great crop of talent right here, but I think it's going to be Allison Janney. I think she's going to bad mom her way into an Oscar. As part great performance, part Allison Janney has been in the game for a really long time and has never really gotten a lot of big awards recognition until now, so I think this could be her time. So I think Allison Janney will win, but if I had to pick someone to upset her, I would say Laurie Metcalf for Lady Bird. And for the same reason, like this is someone who made it big on Roseanne, now she's being nominated for an Oscar. That's incredible. Now on to actor in a supporting role. Willem Dafoe for The Florida Project. Woody Harrelson for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Richard Jenkins, The Shape of Water. Christopher Plummer, All the Money in the World. And Sam Rockwell for 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Off the bat, Christopher Plummer is the only one in this group who actually has an Oscar, so I think he's out despite the fact that he's amazing in All the Money in the World. And I think the clear front runner and the pretty much winner is going to be Sam Rockwell, as same reason as Allison Janney. Someone, like, he's been around for so long, he's always been known as just, oh yeah, that guy. I think I've always said Sam Rockwell's one of the most underrated actors working today. I feel like this is kind of his reward for, being around so long, being so great in so many things, and having no one notice. So yeah, I think it's going to be Sam Rockwell. But if I had to pick an upset, I would go Willem Dafoe for The Florida Project for the exact same reasons. I mean, this is a dude who's only been nominated, I think, twice for Platoon and Shadow of the Vampire. And yeah, someone's been putting in quality work for a really long time, but just hasn't gotten the recognition they really deserve. So yeah, I would watch Willem Dafoe for an upset, but I think it's pretty safe to bet on Rockwell. On to Best Actress in a Leading Role. The nominees are Sally Hawkins, The Shape of Water. Frances McDormand in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Margot Robbie in I, Tonya. Saoirse Ronan for Lady Bird, and the auto-draft of the Academy Awards, Meryl Streep for The Post. So yeah, I can guarantee you Meryl Streep's not going to win this thing. She has enough Oscars. And the winner of this category, despite the fact that I don't think she deserves it, I think it's going to be Frances McDormand. Who, look, just because I think she doesn't deserve it doesn't mean she's not incredible in 3 Billboards. Like, you feel so much for Frances McDormand's character, even when you're not supposed to, and I think that all comes through the performance. And I think she's fantastic in 3 Billboards. So I think she will win, but should win, I think it should go to Sally Hawkins. She goes through just as wide a range of emotion. She gives just as much as Frances McDormand, but she does it without her voice. Like, throughout the entire movie, she never talks. And the fact she conveys so much while saying so little, I think that's a testament to how strong of an actress she is and how good that performance was. So I think it's going to be Frances McDormand. It should be Sally Hawkins, but I would also watch her for an upset. If anybody's going to upset Frances McDormand, it's going to be Sally Hawkins. Now we go to Best Actor in a Leading Role. The nominees are Timothée Chalamet in Call Me By Your Name, Daniel Day-Lewis in Phantom Thread, Daniel Kaluuya for Get Out, Gary Oldman for The Darkest Hour, and Denzel Washington for Roman J. Israel Esquire. 2-horse race here, and no, one of those horses is not Daniel Day-Lewis. I think it's really between Timothée Chalamet and Gary Oldman, who are both fantastic in their own right. But the scale seems to be tipping towards Gary Oldman in Darkest Hour, just because, like, it looks like the theme of this ceremony is, hey, you've been great in a lot of stuff, but you haven't got any recognition. Here's an Oscar for you. And yeah, Gary Oldman's someone who's been putting in, like, phenomenal work. Gary Oldman's one of those actors I always say, he can be in like 10 movies a year, and I think be fine. Like, he's someone who blends and changes with every performance he gives, and I think he's fantastic in Darkest Hour. It is a very louder, showier performance than Timothée Chalamet, but I mean, it's Gary Oldman with the church, that's what you're gonna get. I think Timothée Chalamet gave a much more nuanced performance. Looking at the entire movie, especially when you get to the end, where he goes through such a wide range of emotion, and he is great, but I don't think he's enough to unseat the titan that is Gary Oldman. So I think Gary Oldman will win, I think he should win, but look at Timothée Chalamet for the upset. Now on to Best Director. The nominees are Christopher Nolan for Dunkirk, Jordan Peele for Get Out, Greta Gerwig for Lady Bird, Paul Thomas Anderson for Phantom Thread, and Guillermo del Toro for The Shape of Water. This one's tough. This one's really tough. But because of the great body of work, the fact that this dude's been a visionary for a really long time in Hollywood, I think it's going to go to Guillermo del Toro, which I can't say I entirely disagree with, because Guillermo del Toro puts in a hell of a lot of work with The Shape of Water. Like, from the directorial style, from the way it's shot, from the way it looks, it's truly, truly incredible. Yeah, I think Del Toro's got this in the bag, and well-deservedly so. The dude's been putting out quality work for years, and it's time he gets honored. If I had to call potential upset, it's between two. It's between Christopher Nolan and Jordan Peele. Now look, I would not nominate Dunkirk for Best Picture. I would nominate Nolan for Best Director. I mean, just on a pure technical level, Dunkirk is a masterpiece. Like, it's amazing what Christopher Nolan was able to accomplish. And because he's been looked over by the Academy so many times, and according to the internet, he's the greatest director of all time. Seriously, watch a black and white movie sometime. I think he has a really good chance of upsetting Del Toro. I was thinking of looking for Jordan Peele, because like I said, Best Original Screenplay, Get Out is a movie that has shown that it has longevity. And there's a lot of things that Jordan Peele does as a director that are absolutely phenomenal, especially when you consider that this is his first time at the helm. I still don't think the Academy's at a point where they're gonna like show that much respect to a genre film, but it could happen. I'm just saying. And finally, we have Best Picture. The nominees are Call Me By Your Name, Darkest Hour, Dunkirk, Get Out, Lady Bird, Phantom Thread, The Post, The Shape of Water, and 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. We already said Best Director. I don't think Dunkirk belongs anywhere on this list. But hey, whatever. It's here. And I don't think these are necessarily the best films of the year per se, but these are all great films in some regard. But Best Picture, I think, and it's going to shock a lot of people, I think it's going to go The Shape of Water. That's right, I'm calling it right now. Bang the Fish Man, the movie, is going to win Best Picture. I mean, you look at it, it's got a lot of buzz behind it. It's got the most nominations of any film this year. Got nominations Best Picture, Best Director, Best Actress, Best Supporting Actor, Best Screenplay, among tons of other stuff. It's got spots on more top 10 lists that I can count, and that's because it's on a lot of top 10 lists, not because I can't count very high. I think Shape of Water is just so uniquely beautiful. I think Academy is going to honor it. I think they're at a point where they're going to honor a big genre film. So I think Shape of Water is going to take it. If I had to pick other contenders, there are a few. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri stands a really good shot. I mean, it's got the great ensemble cast, the great script, the great direction. It is the standard Academy choice, but I think we're beyond that point, which is why I think you could go with something a little off book. Another dark horse, nothing will make me happier than Get Out winning Best Picture. I don't think it's going to happen. But looking at the list of movies nominated for Best Picture this year, it's 3-horse race. It's going to be The Shape of Water, 3 Billboards, or Get Out. And I'm betting on The Shape of Water. Alright guys, so those are my Academy Award predictions. I'm going to have a list of my predictions for every category down below. But one I will mention right now is Best Animated Short. I think it's going to be Dear Basketball, which means we are now going to have to go around saying Academy Award winner, Kobe Bryant. Yeah, let that sink in. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I